るせえんだよ。うるせえんだよ。うるせえんだよ。うるせえんだよ。うるせえんだよ。うるせえんだよ。 せえんだよ。うるせえんだよ。うるせえんだよ。
Yo, welcome back to our last qualifying match of the group stage of the Captain's Tourney, and we have Team Rocket versus Team Pedro on the Unknown. And crazy because we haven't seen Unknown at all. So we did see it yesterday between Angels and Yumiko, and it was not a good game. So I don't know. I'm joined by Hannah today. What are you feeling like? What is it? What does it give you?
I'm very excited to see how any Unknown set plays out. We do see Rocket here in chase with Ja. And Unknown played on Cold Tower? I'm a little confused here, actually.
Yeah. Well, it's Cold Tower too.
Oh.
And yeah, there's a lot of things for him to kind of bounce his power off of. Not many things that he can like hide around, to be honest. But yeah, a lot of things that he can kind of use in the environment to his advantage. We get the first down onto Ja. Hannah is coming through. Me and Jen thought, yeah, we have a really nice 4-gen kind of centered around bot side. Our ruin totem at Shack. That's another thing about Cold Tower 2 is sometimes a lot of the gens are in the middle, and if you get kind of a little bit lucky in the RNG, it will take a lot to get to something safe like main and Shack. Catching out people here. I really like want to TP back. Also now catching off patrol. So for this stat, I mean obviously everybody wants a 2-0. I believe Rocket has to win a set in order to qualify. We have Yumiko, who's in first place of this group, that has not lost a match up at all. And then, you know, Pedro is also who's doing this, or Angels to qualify over him. Who are you rooting for? Rooting for Rocket? I mean, yeah, Rocket, Pedro, or Angels?
I don't know. I'm rooting for everybody. We're just all happy to be here.
How sweet.
Yeah. We are gonna see Rocket actually going for his tunnel out here. Onto Ja. He did get him into the men's state, getting rid of his endurance. So Ja is going to be able to make Shaq over here, which should be pretty safe against the unknown. He also is not getting hit with the bubble. I don't know what it's called, actually.
The UVX.
The UVX. He's not getting hit with it. Ja is honestly having a pretty good second chase right now, being able to bring the killer to Shaq and then back to the main building. Two of the strongest points on the map. Rocket is not going to continue to commit. He is going to instead try to go for somebody else.
Yeah, I think that Rocket's not in like the worst spot. He's got some injuries. He's got some weakened states across the survivors. They only have one gen done so far. What's weird is that this is like a kind of like map that not people play on for unknown. Obviously, oh, that coming. Oh, with the okay, tank. Oh, was not expecting that. Jojo just barely missing the hitting for Ja. So we're gonna get another hook, and I think Rocket should probably hook right on this gen. Pedro playing a little bit of a risky game here. We really don't want the gen to be completed. We get the blind. But yeah, if we can get our eruption out pretty soon after this, and we have a really nice lead, and also with this mid gen right now, Ja, another good one corner and main. So, only 2 gens done. It could look a little bit sticky for Team Pedro as far as their serve game, especially if Ja does die a little bit early. I mean, the good thing about unknown is you can kind of UPX while the unhook is happening, take the M1 of the mending state, and then kind of follow up with another UPX shot. So that's what we're definitely be careful for. We almost seen it happen at Shaq when Ja was in chase the second time. So, yeah.
Honestly, I was gonna say I do not think that Rocket should leave this area here at all. He's gonna get the down onto Jojo and probably gonna take the hook stage here, but that is a really, really good hook. And also the gen spread, as we can see, there is. Oh, okay, no palisade.
There's a painter right next to us. And, I think with the eruption, he's okay with hooking in this corner because he can kind of get his ear to hear everything over here. That mid-gen popping is probably like the worst thing that will happen as far as for him having to play. Everybody's injured, so if Ja doesn't last a long time here, I mean, it could really be a problem. Rocket was saying a little bit of time to calm down his hallucination, and you hear a gen pop in the distance now. I think that was like he's gonna look in their side. Oh, wait, is that me?
Yeah, main just popped actually. Ja is gonna be able to avoid the UAX, whatever it's called, only for a little while just to get down here. And that is going to be the end of Ja in this trial. Exactly.
I feel like the mid-gen here has a bit of progress, but I mean, luckily for the survivors, they're able to just barely get this heal off. We do have Pedro. We can definitely, if Pedro doesn't last a long time, make this like just a 6-stage game or so. We do know they're probably gonna just try to quickly hop up and double that gen in mid. There's not really much you can do here. Oh, that was really good. That Pedro just choosing to leave. I mean, Rocket can't waste too much time. We are about like, I want to say maybe 30, but I can't tell. Oh, this was a really good hit too. I mean, patrol? The survivors don't have exhaustion. They really don't have anything to help them in chase besides just their own skill. So we're going to see the down onto patrol now. It's going to be another painters. We are third, a fresh hook coming in. I mean, do you see a 4K in the works for Rocket?
With how close this gen is, I'm thinking that this gen is close, no?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's not as close as I thought it was. Could be a 4K. The gen spread isn't too bad for the survivors, and Rocket did have a few good TPs up, but I really don't know if he's gonna be able to hold them to only popping no more gens. I don't know what I'm trying to say actually.
Yeah, I think there's a huge possibility depending on how I feel like if we do end up getting all five gens one, it might be a lot of stages because Pedro cannot really like link up with Jojo right now to end up getting a heal. He's been doing a really good job in chase, keeping his distance and keeping his eye on Rocket to get rid of the weakened state. But Rocket really can just choose to chase this the unhook. I don't even know where's Jojo. He's actually no, he's just working a gen. If Rocket doesn't check this gen.
Oh, he sees Pedro, but he should.
I feel like
Pedro's just trying to take attention.
yeah, I
I'm
mean
so
Rocket.
I was gonna say we definitely know that Jojo is just working on this gen. He's
I
trying
think
to
Rocket
kind of bait them
knows.
off and make them. He has to know.
I think he really just wanted the weekend state, but thankfully he's not getting baited there. And Patrol hit second, so he wasted just enough time to do that. And I mean, right now there's like very few things that can happen. I mean, he lets the unhook happen, puts eruption on this gen. Imagine if he had took the pain res. I don't know if it would have hit that gen just yet. Oh, just barely missing the injury, but we should get the M1 before Jojo can do anything. And if Jojo dies in this area, that will make for Pedro and Patrol to kind of have to start over. They're not healing. They understand that they really don't have time to be doing that with the gen with this much progress. I mean, I feel like Rocket can choose from anyone here. Jojo would give him the eruption, Pedro would give him the eruption and the painers, and Patrol would give him the painers, the eruption, and the death. It's like a slow, it gets better. It gets better with based off who. There we go. Yeah.
Very unfortunate down coming in right next to the gen. He is just instead going to
They don't
TP
know.
away, and he sees both
Wait.
yeah,
Does he make
we see both survivors.
Oh, I was not expecting that. They didn't really know. I don't know. They didn't know exactly where he came from, I'm assuming. I mean, there's not really much Patrol can do. I think, like, even if he gets a pick on somebody here, it's just a TNL, so there's just not much that Patrol can do to get the game back. We've seen something like this happen yesterday, kind of. And we had, like, a crazy comeback from it. It was Team Yumiko. Like, this will be the second 4K I've ever seen of unknown on this map, so. I don't know. It automatically like limits what Pedro can do when he comes out on killer because he's gonna probably play. I mean, you always hope you can play for a 4K2, but like I mean, it's unknown. It's full tower 2, so it kind of limits him to like now be forced to play for a 4K1. What is? Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, it's because power struggle is allowed. But I don't think any of the teams realize that power struggle is allowed right now. To be honest, like
I was like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, we're swinging out of the pallet.
every single time like I do a tourney, like an event, not a tourney. When it's a main season, it's always like normal balancing. But an event, I can always do something in there. Yeah, I wait to see who figures it out. But we'll be right back to see Pedro on killer. Yo, we're back with Pedro. I'm the killer now, and he is coming out with full stops, pain res, ruin, Penti, and devour hope. Some may say that's a little bit of RNG, but yeah, I mean, we already see Anna's like she's a straight away Anna totem, basically gone. And that was a ruin, I believe. So we're already kind of out of luck. Don't you just hate when that happens? But yeah, Hannah, 4K2. I mean, with ruin gone, I mean, how are you feeling? We do have Pentimento, but I mean, that doesn't do much for you once it's gone. I don't think we'll ever see them cleanse Devour. Yeah, they cleanse Ruin.
With Ruin already out of here, it's gonna be hard to be able to hold this. Honestly, the spawn was really good for the survivors. She decides that she is not going to chase back. She is going to chase on the Z wall, and she unfortunately is going to go down here. But that was a pretty good chase, and he doesn't not have any pain res nearby, but he does have basin. So this is going to be a basin hook, but we are going to see a jet pop in the distance that they were gathering.
Yeah, they do get a gen pop, but that was some interesting padding by Anna. I don't know if she knew that I feel like she made track probably, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm so confused on what happened there. I feel like she knew, but we are catching a couple survivors out. But I mean, Rocket's already about ready to pop his gen as well because he didn't get the painters. So already kind of halfway there to winning this set. And like I said, I mean, Pedro, he has to win at least one set to break Angel's record. And with KANEKI coming next in his pick, if Unknown doesn't go his way, hopefully that works out for him. They've had such a really good run, but as of right now, I feel like the 4K2 is just, it's slipping away.
I also think that this 4K2 is going to slip away. I think that if the Devourer could come in, then we might be able to see something, but I think that the 4K2 might just spin away. We do see that Leslie is on a gen in the distance, and I do think Anna is going to go second. She does go second. But that is fine for now. We do have a decent amount of gen prog. That was not even the gen with the most progress that Pedro just hit. We are going to see the unhook happen, but Pedro is already here. Going to try to get them with the weaken and try to block the stairs here. He does have that somebody else. Oh, I see them. I scared the most of them for a second. Rocket is here for the body block, and it ends up working out for them.
Yeah. What do you think? I feel like I understand what Pedro was kind of thinking. Oh, really good. I feel like she ran into that. I don't know if that hit immediately. But we are gonna get the death by 2 gens. We don't have any Devour, you know, any Devourer stats at this point in time because we kind of came back just as this was happening. I was gonna say just based on that fact, like I feel like Eruption maybe could have helped in this situation. I'm gonna go with the gen aggression you meant as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Penti not even coming into play yet. So, the head-on coming into play. I always love to see when the head-on works. The down not going to be coming in. The UAX missing, and he is going to be able to get the stun onto Pedro, being able to continue his chase for just a little bit longer. We do hit this UAX shot, and I think he has only a snake tail to play with, so unless he... Oh. He is going to make back main. He's just holding his M2.
Oh. I thought that was gonna
the stun coming in. Oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like it makes a lot of sense here for Pedro to leave this. I mean, I would assume that we have some gen progress somewhere else. Just barely anything onto Shack right now. We reset Outer's weekend state at least so that can come into play later if he doesn't get killed. Lusty has been kind of a sneaky this entire game. We have really only seen him once. Yeah, we're just kind of picking the Penti just spawn and then obviously because we left Outer there. So we're kind of just existing as far as, and then also Lusty has another gen here at 1 that's basically almost done. I mean, I feel like Rocket is a little, not Rocket, Pedro's a little bit like, what should I do in this scenario?
Yes, definitely probably feeling a little bit, maybe flustered, maybe uncertain. Um, given the win con that he has to make. Outer being able to dodge the M2, and Pedro is just gonna go right back to the gen that we do see that Rocket was working on. Gonna try to hit the UAX shot, and it does hit Rocket as he continues to try to run towards Shack. But we are gonna see another gen pop in the distance in just a few seconds. We do see that Leslie is working on it. Rocket is going to be able to almost make Shack, but a hit coming through, very unfortunate.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, it's been a little bit difficult. I feel like we've seen Rocket because kind of like with his UVX, it was kind of a little bit more easy for him to get some of these and Pedro maybe having trouble finding his footing just a little bit. Like, I mean, like I said, this is not a common match for Unknown, but Rocket just running right into Pedro. That is going to get another hook stage, and I don't know if he's going to use this Painter's hook. I don't think that there's any other gens around the map with progress at this point. But that is basically what Pedro needs, at least, to start climbing his way back. All of his hallucinations are just in terrible spots, honestly. But he does have his gen centered towards the bottom. That could work out in the long run for this 3v1. I feel like he still has a lot of wiggle room now without coming in from Rocket.
He also does have a hook that was right next to the most progressed gen. We do find Leslie, who is trying to lurk for an unhook, and we know where Outer is, so we know where everybody on the map is. So this is going to be kind of a struggle for the survivors to... Oh, we do see the unhook actually happen. He is going to take away Rocket's endurance, and we are going to continue to chase Rocket, hopefully get the down, and maybe this will be a tie. But we do see Leslie is right back on a gen that has almost like 40% progress. Not dropping the pallet there. Rocket is going to go down. That's going to be the second hook stage on to him.
Yeah, I mean,
but we do not have pain res anymore on him, so that's...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it's a little bit of a waste of a pain res. Rocket is going to be able to drag... Oh my god. Pedro is going to be able to drag Rocket all the way to Shack where Leslie is working, and he's already weakened from the PX. Missing that hit through Shack as well. Outer going to get that hook pretty quickly. You know, the gen that Rocket was on is pretty much dead right now. So this is... I think maybe the fast unhooks are slowing the game just enough to the point where they only have one gen progress, and it's creating a bit of a, I don't know, creating a little bit of space for also Rocket being here injured is not what you want to find the death on him, especially knowing that Outer's pretty hard to go try to double that gen at Shack pretty quickly. Could mean we do actually see the tie, which I really honestly was not expecting. Outer coming in with the hit king, Rocket has to dodge this, he's able to do it. Leslie did get rid of the hallucination on the other side of the map. Outer actually going down, thinking that Pedro was gonna commit, and we're gonna see a pain rise onto Leslie's gen. Now everybody looking injured. Rocket still weakened. Coming back probably to Shack Pedro. Pedro's gonna want to go back to Shack.
Definitely. We're gonna see if Shack has more progress, which it does. We're gonna see the Shack pallet drop and immediately broken. Leslie. Oh. I forgot that. I honestly forgot that perk was brought. He is gonna get the UAX onto Lusty just in case he needs to go back. This gen over here has some more progress. We are gonna catch Outer a little bit out of position, and I don't think he's gonna be able to make anything except for edge map.
I think that we have our teleports up. We do have slug. We also TP to the wrong hallucination, but we do catch Leslie pre-leaving. He is running edge map again. If this means a lot, ooh, just barely missing. Shen is so close to spot 81. You have to also worry about Rocket not going to get a pick up here. But he is, so I mean Pedro does have enough time to have an eye tile. There's a lot of wiggle room you have to kind of bounce your power off of things. Catching Rocket out. I mean, I don't know. This down coming in that we do have. Oh, we thought the pallet was there. It's not what we needed to happen right now. Oh, I'm gonna cry.
I feel like Rocket just got lucky twice. Oh! Never mind, I won't talk. The final gen popping, which is very fortunate for these survivors, and this is just gonna be our final chase of this game.
Yeah. I understand the thought process of go. I mean, honestly, it would have worked out. I mean, no, I don't think it would have worked out. I don't think he would have had time no matter what if he did not down Lusty. I mean, it's just weird, right? Like, it's like a what do you do situation. He would not have had enough time to walk back for Lusty again, right? But then again, he needed to get the shot off like way earlier. Even if he had got the down that Rocket around the corner when he thought the pallet was there, he still would have been able to make it back for the gen pop blocking. So yeah, it's just a kind of a lose-lose situation. But that will be the first set going over to Rocket. You're expecting that? As we got to the mid.
As we got to this mid game, I was kind of expecting a tie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. At first I kind of like, but then I was like, it could happen like anyway. But Lusty just did like a really good job at Shaq. Like he wasted just enough
I think it also had to do a little bit with the build. I feel like Henty didn't really have much, and Ruin being able to get cleansed right away and Devour not really having anything. His only real perk that he had here was Pain Res, so I feel like that is kind of also what contributed to this unfortunate loss for Pedro.
Yeah. The next set is KANEKI on Orman Lake Mine, and we will be seeing Pedro come back out on Killer, trying to set a better win condition. So we'll be back shortly. Alright, y'all, we're back with Pedro on the KANEKI on Orman Lake Mine, and I have to start off this with saying forced penance on the KANEKI. I mean, people do take hits a lot, and in the group stage, we did allow Medal of Man because a lot of people are playing with, it's like 10,000 hour players versus some like 2,000 hour players. Making sense for the forced penance, probably expecting that this is not his first time playing KANEKI on this balancing. Hannah. Are we rooting for Pedro? We're rooting for Pedro.
I'm rooting for whoever we're rooting for. Who needs to be rooted for? I'll root for that team. We are gonna see Pedro in chase with Rocket. Rocket is going to be able to get this blind with Champion of Light, not being able to make too much distance, but is gonna be able to make this pallet. Pedro is not gonna get stunned, and Rocket is going to be going down here pretty quickly.
We get the first down. We see in the distance, two survivors are doubling what looks like to be a shack. And across the map, another survivor is working that gen.
But we do see the Painrose come in.
Yeah, Painrose coming in, probably stopping the right there. Let's see. Looks like Outer is by himself. He does have power struggle. Maybe I feel like they just heard me say that just now. Like, no one has ever brought power struggle this entire time, and now we have a power struggle in play in the final week. So at least we might get to see some value for the first time because it will not be allowed in the playoffs. Yeah, pretty interesting. With Overcome as well, catching out some scratch ranks now. We can't tell exactly who that is just yet. Passed down Anna, getting the third hit just in time before she rounded that corner. So injury coming through, and I'm expecting to see Noah popping his gen soon. Yeah, he's pretty close. I was really worried about letting this come for free. Obviously, Outer is gonna make this with Overcome, just barely. But the trade on the we're not even taking the trade. Okay, we are. I was gonna say the trade on the Painters and the eruption coming through, that is gonna stop Noah's gen from popping. Yeah, Pedro in a really good spot. So far, KANEKI games are usually very fast paced, but feels like a little bit slow. Outer might be on this hook for a while.
Yes, with all the survivors injured, this is going to be a little bit harder, but KANEKI does kind of get his first hit for free anyways. So we are just going to see Pedro trying to find Noah, but we do see Outer come off of the hook in the distance. We have used 2 pain roses to prevent the first gen from popping, and we are gonna see the down come through. Picking him up right away, and I just think
right next to this gen, actually.
Very unfortunate. This gen getting hit multiple times, which also just means that we don't have another gen with as much progress as this gen.
And that gen doesn't have a lot of progress, to be honest. After the extra eruption and Painters, it kind of went down to, I want to say, 50. So I mean, Team Rocket is really far behind. Outer and Anna are gonna be able to get a heal off. I think that's probably the best case scenario. Rocket looking like he's gonna be in chase. Noah just barely missing this. Oh well, Pedro just barely missing the leap on Noah anyway. He's choosing to loop Shack now. The HUD is like fully bugged, so we will not be able to see if anything comes from this. Looks like Rocket's on the gen. Outer is here for the pallet save. Maybe gonna wait just enough time for the first gen to pop. We know Rocket. Nope, Rocket's here. Rocket's actually here. Pedro actually here. So maybe Anna will pop a gen. She is on main right now. I don't know.
They really do need this gen pop. And Pedro slugging the correct survivor, I guess. The one who does not have power struggle is very good for him. They are not going to be able to get the pallet save or the pickup. And Noah is just going to take a second hook stage. Pain Res was already used on him, so at least that is a plus for the survivor. He's going to forward to this one.
Popping pretty soon. I think maybe like right about now. Yeah. Rocket's in the double, so we're gonna get another heal onto her. Outer would be a good find right now. I don't know if Pedro has exactly seen him. We just have this benchmark putting eruption on this gen over here, kind of like 11. It's, I mean, with the gen pop, it's looking a little bit better, but again, I mean, we have someone on death hook already, and not much more progress around the map besides the gen that someone is hooked on. And now Anna is the only person that can safely get this unhooked.
I am
And
really
she's not
hoping
there.
that these survivors can end up popping at least 2 more generators. If they can pop at least 2 more generators, I think that they are in a better spot than they are right now. Unfortunately, they probably are gonna let Noah die. Pedro is just gonna camp this out, and that is the smartest thing for him to do for sure. We do see another survivor here. Unfortunately, not gonna be able to commit that, and they're not gonna be able to get the pull.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, I don't think they're healing. Yeah, I was gonna say, I would hope they're not healing. They need to use this time to calm down. Touching out Anna, she will be our last gamers, our last suspect, even though, I mean, at this point, she's going to be a 4K regardless, unless Pedro has an insane mistake. So, yeah, Noah dying probably was just like the best case scenario. Well, I don't know. I mean, not the best case scenario, but the best thing that the survivors could have done. You know.
Was that a mess up on the killer and the survivor part, or
I
I'm
think
confused?
Outer. I don't think Outer would have even made this pallet that's up here at main, so he was gonna try to double back into the pallet there at the stunt, but Pedro was already in like a good position to so that will be the second stage on the Outer, and we have 3 eruptions go off across the map, so we kind of know where everyone is. Anna was on like 1, Rocket was on the gen towards Shack. I feel like if they use a couple, I think they did. Yeah. If we use oh, but this is a pain in us. I was gonna say, with enough gen regression events, like maybe, I don't even know if this gen regress. I don't think so. Yeah, that's what I was gonna. I was gonna say, I think there was enough gen regression events for the gen can just go off now, so at least we will be seeing like a way better result. I mean, Outer second win coming in for Outer, so he is gonna be healed. But it probably won't take much for the injury to come through. Just enough, I guess, for him to get the unhook. And another time popping this in, so we're at a 4K3 now. Maybe for Outer's death, if he has a long enough chase. But I feel like Anna's here. Nope, we just hear her at main. They can double and maybe pop something else. Outer dies in a really, really unfavorable position.
Yeah, this is just very unfortunate.
Oh.
I guess he gave him a kiss. Like, Outer is gonna be able to make this and get the stun, but Pedro is just going to be right back on the survivor. The down coming in now. No eruption was put on any gens, so they are safe from any aura reading right now, but this is going to be the death onto Outer.
The only thing I can see happening at this moment, well, I mean, Rocket did just miss a skill check, but maybe Pedro thinks that this is like a fake out or something, because he didn't go to the gen at 11. I mean, he's putting eruption down. I would assume that he goes to this Rocket. Rocket tries to have a long enough chase where he can get across the map, and Anna has already pre-rotated to get on this gen and secure the 4K2, and that's probably the best that we're gonna be able to see. Anna actually, though, is still on the gen more for Shack. I think at this point she probably should maybe start now. Well, I mean, the option is kind of out of the now because Rocket is here. Just enough. Should still make this pallet and get the drop. But Pedro's a little bit too worried about the Gen at Shack, which I was not expecting. So I guess we're gonna be seeing like a little bit of a back and forth, but this could work out like not in his favor, to the point where they get enough progress where they are gonna get a pop regardless of the eruption. That has been pretty clear. There is no Shack here. Rocket's definitely back on the. I mean.
Yeah, I am really hoping for the survivors that it is a 4K2 instead of a 4K3. That is a lot more help for your killer player. Pedro is going to kick this gen once again, and it is going to be back on the other gen in the distance. Once again, getting the blind, and Pedro is just gonna go right back to this gen over here. This gen, I can't see
Oh,
how
Anna
much fun
cannot
it
go
has,
down
but
right now, but she is. But if she forces locker, I think even with eruption, maybe we'll have enough time. Rocky doesn't have deja vu, but we have to drop. We have to use our power to get to the other side of the map, and I feel like, no, wait. Yeah, we popped. Ooh. Oh, he was locked into the animation. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, that's kind of what I was worried about though. Like, I understand in hindsight, like, what Pedro was kind of worried about, but I just feel like he never committed to Rocket long enough for Anna to get substantial enough progress for that he had to kind of worry about the gen. But again, it is Rocket. You don't want to like overcommit in that situation. So either way, a 4K2 is still like not even crazy. If you're asking Rocket to get a 4K3 or Outer, whoever's gonna play Kaneki for this team. We get to close out with the Mori. I don't know. I guess the biggest challenge right now is just making sure that we do not get a 4K2. So we will switch sides. I think it will be Outer coming out on Killer, but I'm really not sure. And we'll be back shortly.
Hey everybody, and welcome back. We are seeing Outer on Killer for Team Rocket, and we are gonna catch our survivor kind of off guard.
Rizza,
My
I
bad.
think. Or ours. We're just gonna say Rizza. Yeah.
Okay, Rizza likes SZA. Okay, so we are gonna catch our survivor Rizza off guard a little bit. Ooh, I was gonna say he is playing Shaq really, really well, but unfortunately he is going to go down here, and Corrupt is now gone. We do see a gen in the distance being doubled, and another gen kind of just being started. We do have a Painter's hook near. We have two Painter's hooks nearby, actually. Going to be able to hook right in the middle of the map. Very, very good to be able to see where the gens are being worked. He is gonna head over towards one to see if this gen's being worked, but no survivors over here. The unhook coming in rather quickly, and we see FTP coming out as well.
I mean, I get it, but also I'm like, I feel like, yeah, you have Outer definitely is gonna want to like get as much pressure as possible, considering he has to break 3 in order to win. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know about the FTP there. Either way, we're gonna interrupt now Patrol on his gen over here in the 11 corner. Ruin coming into play. We didn't get to see that much for Pedro. So maybe the Ruin will make a big enough, difference. The Outer is able to secure a win for his team, but I would assume that we're gonna see main gen popping pretty soon. Light coming out onto Patrol, playing the Storm and Tile. Obviously not gonna be able to make it back to the window or the pallet, so we're gonna be seeing the down. Oh no, there's another pallet here, so he's gonna be able. Oh, that scared the shit out of me to extend this chase. Doing a fantastic job. Well, either way, he had a good enough chase. We are gonna see Painters, but I feel like the gen should be popping just barely, just barely. Painters gonna stop one of these gens here, on the top side of the map, and Outer actually not choosing to go topside immediately, so we might actually see them pop depending on which one he goes first.
Definitely. But during chase, obviously sprint burst. I was gonna say during chase though, we did see the Ruin totem, so that is going to be, now that we know where it is, it's gonna be a little bit less. Huh? Oh, the vault back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like certain timing, I guess.
Either way,
he is just
main is gonna pop. And I think Pedro is gonna pop his gen too. Considering that Outer left him, and we do get a fucking silent firecracker to stop the tunnel onto Patrol. Pedro's gen popping mid, and Patrol, I guess, is gonna be our tunnel out survivor. With the light, it is kind of difficult. There's like a lot of really annoying windows to kind of make your way around on this map, and there it is coming into play now, being gone as well in the distance. So the game kind of slipping out of Outer's hands here, especially playing around this weird tile that you can't really do much with having any around. So I hate this like thing right here. Yeah. I hate maps with multiple quarters. It's like, why?
It's interesting. We are gonna see if PEDRO can win all of his 50s over here, lasting as long as possible.
I feel like we keep like casters first.
No, absolutely. I'm so sorry.
Like every time we say
right
something,
yeah.
and he went on his 50s and then immediately dies. Like, my bad, Patrol. Yeah, we're gonna see the second hook stage from him coming in, and I mean Outer will have to 4K right now in order to win this set, which I just feel like is just probably not possible with only 3 hook stages. But crazier things have happened. We've seen like 4K 5 on demo from Yumuko multiple times. So
what?
I think no, it was a 4K 3 and a 4K 4. But you know, that's like average 4K 5. So yeah, Pedro once again, I think that's what this is getting caught over here. Yeah, maybe it was gonna go for the goal first. The goal comes through anyway, and Patrol is getting unhooked. I want to say that was by Rizza, who's trying to kind of confuse Outer a little bit. Now, if they lose, depending on how much progress Jojo has. No, we're still depending on how much progress Rizzo has, we are. I mean, he's gonna pop his Gen. We are gonna be in the tie condition, but we will be in the 3v1 with Eruption. And that is really difficult. And he's Patrol losing the 50 just as Jojo was gonna come in for the hinting. So the game's not over yet for Outer. I mean, he can somehow manage to get a 4K2 and tie this set. We will be going to Artist regardless of what happens here. So I mean, the more wins, the better as far as the standings go. Pedro is injured and now getting caught out, and I think that maybe yeah, I was gonna say ambitious here, but the blind and the pally coming through, and Pedro was just there flying. Okay.
I don't know. This game is just funny sometimes with the counters to some killers, and
Yeah,
it's just funny.
I feel like now that I'm seeing another look at the gen progress, there's still enough progress where I can almost kind of confidently say that unless Outer gets like insanely quick down, so it probably won't matter. Jojo, by the way, has like their own gen that's pretty progressed. I think that's 11, and we can't find Rizza. Outer can leave this, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter pretty much. Because we know that Rizzo would just get back on the gen. I mean, he just did an insane stealth job. Like, what? Yeah, I mean, we're gonna lose both these gens if we're lucky. Well, if Outer's unlucky, we're gonna lose all three, kind of in a similar fashion. Or similar timing. I mean, we can get the eruption that was stopped on one, and the eruption that was stopped on that spot side that Rizzo is on, but with the sprinklers coming in, that's kind of yeah, no. I mean, I think we're gonna see at least one gen out there. Oh, wait, did I say out there gen pop? We're literally at, yeah, we're at 2 gens. What is wrong with me?
There's no gens left, actually.
Yeah. Really fantastic job from Pedro's team. I mean, they were like super efficient. Even with the insane win condition, they kind of just like played like almost perfectly. I mean, we're sitting at 3 stages. I don't think I've ever seen on KANEKI on this map.
Four stages.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah, I can't count.
Me neither. It's fine.
I'm having a little trouble counting. Yeah, we get to see the last chase come through for Pedro here. Honestly, I feel like sometimes when you have like an insane win condition, it like eats you up, but just a little bit, because it's like, what am I to do? You know, like, oh,
that could have been really bad actually. Honestly, Outer can go for whoever he really wants to go for. With the most stages, he didn't really have to go for Pedro, but he is going to commit all the way over here, and unfortunately, I think that Pedro is going to make Shaq.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty unfortunate. I mean, I was gonna say it's not really that Outer did bad on Killer. Sometimes you have to go into a game and you're like, I gotta have this crazy win condition, and you play for that win condition, and it ends up happening where you get like kind of a really, really bad result. Either way, we're gonna switch sides, a 1-1 on the board for both teams, and it all comes down to this artist set.
right, guys, welcome back. This is just kind of unfortunate. We are not going to be able to see the artist set, but fortunately for both of these teams, well, Rockets team won, but fortunately for both of these teams, they are going to qualify. We are going to see Yumiko's team qualify, Rockets team, and Pedro's team. And we're going to see Fednit's team, Bubbo's team, and Momo's team qualify. So thank you all very much for watching, and I hope everybody has a great rest of your day.